The lighthouse that only turns on when someone is already inside. My name is Thomas Reed. I'm 52 years old. And for the last 23 years, I've been the keeper of the old Point Merrill Lighthouse on the jagged coast of northern Oregon. It's a concrete tower, 142 feet tall. Built in 1901 after a shipwreck claimed 47 lives in a single storm. The light is automated now, has been since the 1980s, but the Coast Guard still pays a keeper to live on site, came the grounds, keep the foghorn serviced, and make sure no one climbs the tower without permission. The rule is simple. The light never turns on manually anymore. It's programmed to activate at nautical dusk and deactivate at nautical dawn. No overrides, no switches. No exceptions. Except once. It was late October, the kind of night when the fog rolls in so thick you can see your own hand in front of your face. I was in the keeper's cottage reading maintenance logs by lamplight when the foghorn gave 3 short blasts. That's not normal. The horn is automatic 2-4 blasts every 30 seconds in fog. 3 means something else. I grabbed my coat and the heavy flashlight, walked the path to the tower. The beam of light cut through the mist like a knife. When I reached the base, the door was open, not ajar, wide open. The padlock was still locked, hanging from the hasp like someone had simply passed through it. I stepped inside. The spiral staircase smelled of wet iron and salt. My boots echoed on the metal steps. Halfway up, I heard it. Footsteps, above me, slow, deliberate. Someone climbing down. I stopped. The footsteps stopped, called out, "Coast Guard, identify yourself." Silence. Then the footsteps started again, faster now, descending. I climbed faster too. The tower is 142 feet. There are 231 steps. I counted. When I reached the lantern room, the door at the top was open. The Fresnel lens was dark. The light was off, but it shouldn't have been. Nautical dusk had passed 2 hours earlier. I stepped inside. The room was colder than the outside wind should have made it. The lens was clean, no dust, no salt spray. And on the brass railing that circles the lens, there was a single handprint, fresh, wet, too large to be mine. I looked at my own hand. It was dry. I touched the print, still warm, like someone had just pressed their palm there. Then the light came on. Not slowly, not gradually. It snapped on full power, blinding white, rotating in its cradle, shielded my eyes. The beam swept across the room, and in the flash of light, I saw him. Standing in the corner, tall, thin, wearing an old oilskin coat, the kind keepers wore before automation. His face was pale, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent scream. The light swept past. He was gone. I ran to the corner. Nothing. Just the wall. The light kept turning. I backed toward the door. The footsteps started again, this time behind me. I spun. No one. The light swept again. He was closer. Halfway across the room. Same coat, same face. I ran down the stairs. The footsteps followed. Faster, I reached the bottom. The door was closed, locked from the inside. I hadn't locked it. I fumbled with the padlock. The footsteps reached the bottom landing. Got the door open, ran into the fog. Didn't stop until I reached the cottage. Locked myself in, called the Coast Guard. They sent a team the next morning. The light was off. The handprint was gone. The door was locked. No sign of forced entry. No sign of anyone. They asked if I'd been drinking. I said no. They told me to take a few days off. I didn't. I went back that night. The light was on. I climbed the tower. The lantern room was empty. But on the brass railing there was a new handprint. Next to the first one, this one smaller. My size. Warm. I touched it. My own hand fit perfectly. The light swept past. In the flash, I saw my reflection in the lens. But it wasn't moving with me. It stood still, staring back, mouth open in a silent scream. I haven't slept in the cottage since. I stay in town now. Coast Guard asked me to resign. I refused. Because if I leave, no one will be there to watch the light. The light only turns on when someone is already inside. If you ever visit a lighthouse at night and the beam is already sweeping, even though the schedule says it shouldn't be on yet, don't climb the tower. Don't open the door. Because the light doesn't guide ships anymore. It waits for the next keeper to step inside and see his own face staring back from the lens. And when the beam sweeps past, it will be your turn to stand in the corner, silent, waiting for the next person to climb the stairs, and find your handprint still warm on the railing, and the light will keep turning long after you've stopped.